Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about charities. I know, have you heard about any good charities and any good charity news recently? I don't know about you, but that seems to be popping up, and especially over there on Twitch. Let's go ahead and refresh your memory a little bit. This kicked off right at the beginning of 2023, okay? So I'm going to be doing a nice year in review here very shortly. It's nice to just go ahead and refresh our memories that Twitch, actually rather social media's tenuous relationship with charities. Like I've stated before during my 3 videos with the Completionist, if you want to go ahead and simply do a charitable act, do it person to person, okay? Make those direct donations either with your time or with your finances. But make sure, if you want to make sure that you're doing good with the world, that money leaves your hand and directly goes to the end user, because what ends up happening once you throw it out into the ether may or may not get eaten up in the books, financing the event, or chewed up in administrative costs. Because for all the people that want to virtue signal about Jirard just simply trying to make himself look good by using the charity, by using the cause, in order to publicly make it look like he is taking the fight directly to Alzheimer's and Alzheimer's research, you goofs are doing the exact same thing by saying, I donated to that charity and I want to make sure that my money gets delivered there. Yes, it's all about you. We're kind of forgetting about the people that ultimately these causes are marketed on, that desperately need the help. But here we have another perfect example with Hassan running a stream, right, for earthquake victims in Syria and Turkey that started off this year. Like huge earthquakes, devastating earthquakes, very deadly earthquakes. And of course, you know, somebody could take a tragedy like that and spin it all about themselves. Hassan, America deserved what exactly again, Piker? Yeah, no, not exactly somebody that's unfamiliar with controversy. On September 6, 2023, parts of Turkey and Syria were hit by devastating earthquakes that left thousands of people dead and many more without access to water or electricity. Later that day, Hassan went live on his Twitch channel to raise money for charity to help out those affected by the earthquakes, with iShowSpeed following suit soon after on YouTube. Speed's fans quickly began calling the fundraiser efforts a scam, claiming that Hassan is holding all of the money to himself so he can buy more expensive items. No, come on. It's not like Hassan claims to be a socialist, or hell, even a is he to the point where he's just finally being out and out claiming communism, but then really running an excellent capitalist game because he's got a Ferrari and how many millions is his house in Los Angeles worth? Can't quite remember, but you know, hey, stand up for the working class, right? Make sure nobody takes shots at your queen Pokimane. She has every right to sell those cookies for a 10 times markup. God, that's another story that I ended up missing. The quote-unquote leaked DMs that she's trying to use to rage bait in order to get her name back in people's mouths, as opposed to, you know, things going the other direction in regards to Pokemon. How the hell did you think that you got preferential treatment over at Twitch? Anyways, Hassan has hit back during the backlash during his stream, saying that he's never done anything wrong and just wanted to help the victims. Yeah, exactly. Hassan hits back over the backlash of the charity stream. Listen, you can say a lot about Hassan. Hell, I've said a lot about Hassan. Not a fan, don't like his content, don't understand outside of, well, really understanding, but he is not somebody that I would recommend. That's about the nicest way that I can put it, okay? But that stigma continues to carry with him to this very day. The next time that he does a charity stream, the next time that he tries to do good, that stigma's already there. That's one of the big things that I was talking about in regards to the Completionist, because he had all of that money, man. Like, he didn't raise those funds. He was used as the front for a charity that was out there that wasn't doing their job. If you want to have a complaint with anybody, it's open hand, because they just ended up sitting on the money. They just ended up sitting on the $600,000 until they were pressured by Jirard, because he was taking a brunt of the PR damage, got that money distributed, and now the attacks continue because he is out there trying to clear his name. Me, that's a little bit more of a cut and dry situation, but YouTube's gonna YouTube, and all the Spurgs and all of the Mudahar fans are very, very salty. Okay, somebody please get running water and indoor plumbing into those people's homes, because that would easily take a bunch of problems off of their mind. Anyways, we have a somewhat analogous situation going on here. You might say that this is like it's a one-for-one carbon copy, but I will disagree. But I will also take your side in this situation by calling this a scam, because to me, in my situation, okay, when I'm looking at these facts, this one right here is totally different. than the completionist scenario. Why? We'll get into it. Millions in Twitch charity stream donations allegedly never paid to the charity. Oh, that sounds like it's exactly the same case. Somebody sitting on the money. It gets better. A new report alleges that as much as 42% of charity donations raised through streams featuring Ludwig, Asmongold, XQC, three of the biggest streamers, out there on the entire internet, and more, was never given out to the stated charity. So that right there, that raises a big flag in my mind. If it was none of the money was distributed, this would end up being the same type of, completionist scenario. But it's 42%, as much as 42%. That means that 58, 60, 65% of the money ended up going out there. Now, that's a lot in administrative fees. That is a lot of money that is where exactly? This is a story this time around. It has nothing to do with the amount of money. It has a lot to do with the percentage of money. That's what I'm concerned about. The Jacob Wolf reports, should probably work on a better name if you're going to be, doing breaking news, if you're going to have a report at the end of your name, that Softgiving, an Atlanta-based marketing company, played middleman between big-name streamers and a charity called Games for Love. Over the course of 2 years, streams for Games for Love, as well as other charities, featuring as many as 37 creators, raised almost $6.2 million. Wow, that's very good. Yet, according to public records, almost half of the money never went to charity, according to Jacob Wolf report states. That's crazy. Over 2020 and 2021, the report claims that of the $6.2 million raised by Softgiving, now renamed as Brandfluence. Oh boy, now we got classic charity scam tactics right here. An obvious middleman rebranding, taking advantage of vulnerable, eager, willing faces. Oh boy. $2.6 million went to Softgiving to cover its commissions and expenses. I'm sorry, what? Including influencer fees, those public records show. That's wild. Additionally, for 18 months of that period, Softgiving did not prominently disclose on donation pages that there were expenses paid to influencers that could cut into the total amount raised, nor how much Softgiving retained as a commission. Yeah, that's totally different, man. That's totally different because, when you're dealing not just with these middlemen, but with these charity companies in general as a 501c3, you've got to disclose how much money you're spending on expenses, to cover the events, because renting out, I don't know, is this one of those events? Obviously, you got a gym in the background, so, getting everybody there, renting out the gym, doing whatever you're doing right there, whatever the props, the catering, all of that extra stuff, the streaming equipment that's going to be there. That's obviously going to, eat into the amount raised. But 48%? For half? Just about half? I'm sorry, 42%? What? Come on, man. And yeah, holding on to that information for a year and a half of your 2 years in operation? Purposefully misleading people by not disclosing that information? This is the information that I would need in order a condemnations on the completionist, on Jirard, for the fact that he was, I will go ahead and say, obviously, he was not doing his due diligence. In fact, he was maybe a bit, 1000% absent-minded when it came what the Open Hand Foundation was doing. This right here, this obviously reads as a scam. But at the same time, I don't think, for as stupid as XQC is, how scatter-minded Asmongold, and I've heard the name Ludwig before, but I have no idea, I don't think that they knew anything about that. They were just simply being used to push the charity, thinking it was probably something good, but had absolutely no idea what was going on in the background. So I'm not going to hold them culpable. Unless, of course, there was anybody, directly overseeing the finances of this. Then we have a different story. But as we see right now, don't know. Games for Love has since responded to the report, disputing the claims. The figures cited in this article are significantly inaccurate. During these years referenced, Games for Love received funds raised from the campaigns through various channels, not just the donor-advised funds. Oh, now they're trying to parse information. Okay, cool. The figures are inaccurate. We raised far more money than that. Okay, cool. What you're not talking about is the amount of money that you guys personally are sitting on. I'm sorry, this is Games for Love. Looking specifically on what Softgiving is out there taking. Figures cited in this article, yes, significantly inaccurate. During the years referenced, Games for Loves received funds raised from these campaigns through various channels, not the donor-advised fund. Prior to the publication of this report, Brandfluence filed a lawsuit against Jacob Wolf, one of the authors, on December 14th, as well as 4 others, including a former Twitch employee and a software engineer. The suit alleges that he had defamed the company, and an attorney demanded that the report not be published. But here we are. I would imagine that's probably going to be the next step that we see in the Completionist saga. Haven't seen it yet, okay? And to be fair, I'm not really paying attention to that anymore. I said what I said about everything, but Softgiving also told the Jacob Wolf report that it no longer holds performance-based contracts with any nonprofits. Oh, okay, so now they're just going to go ahead and fold up. We secured the bag. All right, see ya. But did they distribute any of that money that they were holding on to? No. That all went to good causes, right? Full report details the various live streams, including creators like XQC, Asmongold, Ludwig, the Botez sisters, Austin show, and various members of One True King. Oh yeah, OTK. I've seen that one before. Ryan Morrison, who represents XQC. Oh my god, that's a thankless job. Did you teach him that sweet worm move? The Botez sisters and Austin show told the Jacob Wolf report in 2021 that he wasn't told how the company compensated itself or the influencers. So yeah, culpable deniability. We have no idea. We just thought we were a part of doing something good. So to be fair, I will take them earnestly. We weren't aware of any information at the time, and now that we will not be working with Softgiving anymore. Well, that's fine. You don't have to, because they're called Brandfluence now. You can go ahead and work with them. The report also highlights a February 2023 charity stream by Hassan, which, yes, of course, now, whether it's true or not, the litigation is obviously pending, but figuring out that a charity like this is taking, okay, even if that's true, even if everything is true, they're all forthright with their donations, okay? They say that they're going to donate to somewhere, and they go ahead and they donate. But it shines a light, and it really drives home the point that if you're going through any of these charitable organizations, do your goddamn research, okay? And if you're really passionate about the project that they're raising money for, just cut out the middleman and go do it yourself. Then you're not going to have to worry about any kind of intermediary fees. You're not going to have to worry about your money sitting in escrow so that it meets the charity stipulations. You are just simply taking a 20 from your back pocket, slapping it on the counter, and then getting that little bit of dopamine thinking that you did something good. When in actuality, the chick at the front counter is just going to rip that 20 in half, take 10 for her. And then the next guy who puts his hands on it's going to take 5 from that. And then at the end of the day, the cancer patient that you thought that you were given a 20 is going to end up receiving a quarter. And that's only going to be used to demonstrate how big the lump on their lung is. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.